Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the-kyle-chronicles, and as promised quite a few videos ago, I am finally filming a video all about this guy. In case you aren't aware, this is my pet snake. His name is Bo. I didn't name him. He was already named back when my dad got him. And, I mean, I know he's a snake, so he doesn't really understand his name, but I didn't feel like changing it. So yeah, he's a ball python. He's not going to get much larger. This is about the size he'll be. It's kind of hard to tell how big he is because he's all wrapped up, but yeah, he's basically full grown. He is a him, obviously. Behind me is his tank. I'm going to be like zooming in more on it after I'm done this talking part so you guys can see like specifically how it's set up and everything. And he is my first snake that I've ever owned. He was previously owned by my dad, and before that by his friend. So if you guys like own snakes or know people who own snakes and have any like tips or tricks or anything to help make this guy even happier, please like leave those in the comments so I can learn. So first off, his tank is perfect size for him. It is 36 inches long, 19 inches high, and 18 inches wide. It fits his water dish and 2 different hide spots for him. He has one heat lamp up top. I don't know how well you guys can see it. It is... oh, gotta switch hands. It is this thing right here. It doesn't actually shed light because it is a black light heat lamp. So that way we can keep it on at night for him also, and it won't disturb, or well, day for him, since, you know, wakes up at night. But that way it doesn't, like, shed more light than he needs. My dad had him for 3 years before he became mine. And the reason he became mine is because my dad had to move and they weren't allowed to have him, or like couldn't afford him, something like that, but I fell in love with him already, so now he's mine. So on the hot side of his tank, there, or like the basking side, he has his little rock that he can goes into, and there's no nothing on the bottom because underneath there's a ZooMed ReptiTherm heating pad. You can Google them. It's a size extra small, I believe. It fits just nicely underneath his rock, so he can curl up there and get all nice and warm. On the cooler side is where his heat lamp is, and it is an Exoterra 100-watt ceramic heater with infrared heating bulb. I actually have the package to show you guys, in case you're wondering. So, that's what it is. Luckily I haven't had to buy another one since they're kind of expensive, but if it does die, this will be the one I buy. I feed him every 2 to 4 weeks depending on when he sheds, although I'm thinking I might start feeding him every like 2nd week because I've been reading up and some people suggest that, others don't. So if like, again, if you have experience with that, let me know what you think would be best. But right now it's every 2 to 4 weeks. Unless he's shedding, then it might be sooner or later. Because obviously I don't want to feed him when he's in shed, because I don't want to disrupt him. He eats 2 live 50-gram feeder rats, and I know some people are strictly against live feeding, and some are strictly against frozen feeding, but I feed him live because it's what he's always been fed, and there hasn't been any accidents yet. I watch him until he actually catches the rat. Of course, I feed him one at a time. I don't want both inside his feeding tank with him, because obviously one could attack as he's busy eating. Yeah, but I watch him while he feeds to make sure nothing goes wrong. And as I just mentioned, he has a separate box that he is fed in, so that way when we reach into his normal tank to, you know, handle him, he doesn't automatically react with lunging to eat. It's just a regular, like, huge, like, plastic Tupperware kind of container, and he's only in there for feeding time. We don't put him in there any other time, and we clean it when necessary, basically. So, in his tank, he has his water dish that I mentioned for him to drink out of and, like, bathe in if he wants. He has an open bottom rock, you guys will see what I'm talking about, with the heating pad underneath. And then he also has another rock hide where he can crawl in on the top and curl up in it. And then behind, there's like a smaller rock. It's mostly there for decoration. He doesn't go in it. He's much too big now. And then along the bottom at the back, there's also foliage for him. They are supposed to be able to stick to the sides of the tank, but they don't anymore. So they just kind of rest there. He likes to poop in them, so I have to move them regularly to clean up his poop. I change out his water bowl fully when need be, like if I see it's getting kind of gross, I will wash it out for him. But besides that, I just fill it up whenever it looks to be a little low. I mist down his tank. It used to be at least once a week, although from what I've been reading, they need to be misted down a bit more with open top tanks because the humidity escapes more easily. So I've been doing it at least like once a night, as much as I can. I'll forget a night here or there, but yeah, I want to keep this guy nice and humid. And during his shed cycle, I try to mist it down twice a day to keep it, you know, easier for him to get rid of his skin in there. He has only gone through one shed cycle so far at my house, and it was perfect. It was all in one long piece, which means, like, he's healthy. So that was very nice, because I was worried that he'd be, you know, stressed from moving here and stuff, and that maybe I wasn't doing something right, and that his shed would be worse. But it wasn't. It was nice and good. And when his shed is done, you know, when it's like fully off, his eyes have cleared up and stuff, I give him a little bath to help if there's any like small pieces sticking to him, and just to freshen him up. Obviously it's just like warm water. I don't like wash my snake with soap. You're not supposed to do that. When I wash his tank, usually it's just with water. But besides that, my dad did mention that you can use a vinegar and water solution, because you don't want to use bleach. It's harmful. So I haven't tried that yet. I've only like deep cleaned his tank once since I've had him, because it was kind of gross. And that's pretty much all on him. He likes to move around a lot. He also likes to curl up underneath my laptop, because that's where the heater is. But he's a very good noodle, and I love having him in my life. None of the cats have ever tried to attack him. Typically the room's closed when he's out and about though, but we might leave our door open for my cat Gandalf to come in, and so far Gandalf doesn't even notice when Bo's hanging out around my neck or anything. He just kind of goes to sleep. Bo has gotten close enough to like sniff him once. That was it. When he's in his tank and moving around, Gandalf will be like, holy shit, what's that? And try and figure it out, but that's about as close as they get, because obviously I don't want my cat, or any of the cats, attacking my snake. When I feed him, our room is completely closed. We don't let any other animals in until he is completely done. Again, safety reasons. Yeah, that's really it. I know most people use one of those misting contraptions where you like pump it and then like squeeze it and mist comes out. We had one, but it broke and I was too tired to like fiddle with it, so we actually use, I will show you guys. We just use like this. You can get them at the water store, and then we put it to the mist setting and just mist him down. It works. I make sure to clean out the water when necessary, because I don't want it to get algae in it, you know. But yeah, that's basically all I have to tell you guys about my snake. He's a very good boy. I don't know how old he is, because as I said, my dad had him for 3 years, so he's at least 3 years old. But he never learned like when he was born or anything. Not many people do for snakes from what I've seen. But yeah, he's just a good adventurous little noodle. So yeah, I will, since we're done talking about him, I will now show you guys like his tank and everything. And that'll basically be that. So as you can tell, this is the front of his tank. And I'm just going to show you guys how I unlock it. So this little thing, you flip down, and then the doors just open like that. So this is the hide underneath the heat lamp, and he crawls in here, and to clean it out, I can lift that entire top off, and then it's in there. I know that white looks like it might be like urates or something. It's not. That's just the stained rock. And it's behind this one that, well, that there is a smaller rock. You can see it peeking out just here. I'm not going to bother taking that out just because it's a lot more effort than it's kind of worth. In the middle there, that's his water dish. I can hold it up a bit so you guys can see it a bit better. It's pretty full right now though, so that's it. It's, you know, not super deep where he will be able to submerge himself fully in it, but it's enough for him to give himself a little bath. And then behind, over here, those are the leaves that are supposed to hang up. but don't. You can even see like one of the sticker thingies right there. Suction cups, that's what they're called. And then over here is his other rock. This is the one that has no bottom to it. Just nice and hollow. Can lift it right up. And then it goes right back there on his little heating pad that is underneath his tank. And also, I forgot to mention, this is an Exoterra tank, which most reptile tanks are. But yeah, that's his little enclosure. That's where he lives. So that's the video all about my noodle pupper Bo. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said in the beginning, if you have any information that could help me take even better care of this guy, feel free to leave it down in the comments. I'll probably like do some research on my own also, because I want him to live a long and happy life. Obviously, he's my pet. I love him. Next week will most likely be the Christmas video, and after that, who knows? Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you maybe learned something new, and I will see you next time. Bye.